Is it coming now? Can you just respond? It should be coming right now. Yes, okay. Okay. I forgot to on the audio. Yeah, okay. So, what is memory? What is the definition of memory? So, memory, as it's a, memory is the faculty of that brain which stores a lot of data. So, the function of that memory is to store the data, and it should be encoded, and then it should be stored, and then it should be retrieved when needed. So this is the function, or this is the definition of memory. So, and it should be used in a long term. So this is actually needed for our future. So I'm not going for the real definition of memory, but for a layman to understand, this is the exact way of telling the things, because this is a data which is needed for our future. This is the way I would like to call the memory as, because the information or data which we are forgetting and we are not able to do anything, then it is termed as a dementia, or our life is, we feel that our life is terrible, we cannot live without memory. So this is actually an essential part of our life, isn't it? So I have researched a lot about this topic, and I have got many topics, many researches, which even I was new to it. And even I had no clue about some alpha music, everything. It is very interesting. I will be discussing about it at the end of the series. Thank you everyone for participating. I can see a good crowd in YouTube. Why I'm I made the flyer in such a way that I make it YouTube live, because the sound clarity is more in YouTube. So my Facebook listeners, it's okay if you are not getting YouTube, you can come to the Facebook. It's much easy, but the audio quality is more good in YouTube. I don't have an audio mic connected to FB, so that's why I advise you to go for YouTube itself. And after all, this is a growth for my channel too. Okay, so then coming to the speciality, when I was this is the researches I was just going through, some papers like the publications of New York, and then some Harvard medicals. Then so I came across the specialities or the properties of brain. So here they goes like this. What is, there is something called as neuroplasticity of the, that is one speciality of our brain, where you are able to sometimes see, especially in this pandemic, you can see that we suddenly changed our whole life into a digital world. How? So our brain is having a situation. So this is what is called as neuroplasticity. Even though if you are telling that I'm very adamant, even you see elderly people who are not having any basics of electronic gadgets, or they don't know anything about it, even their brain is tuned in such a way that they are trying to learn Facebook and WhatsApp. They know how to use it. But sometimes we underestimate that the elderly people, very old people, they cannot do anything, but still the brain is having such a power to do this action. That is nothing but neuroplasticity property. But there is no notes written on this. I just saw through means I was just seeing through some research papers, and I just categorized it as a property. I don't know whether that word is proper or not. The second one is called as neurogenesis. Okay, neurogenesis is nothing but, genesis itself is called as a multiplication, or it is an adding up, or it's making the cell number increase. So that is what is called genesis. That cis means it's a increase. So anything increase is called as a genesis or a cis. So that the number of cells are increasing if you are able to use your brain in such a way. Your brain is having such a power to multiply. There are billions of cells inside your brain. So if you are using it, what happens, as you use it, it increases. So that is the second property I call as a second property of your brain is nothing but neurogenesis. It is having a power to multiply and whenever you need. And if you are using your brain a lot, actually your brain like it. So don't think that your brain will be tired. Brain will be tired, you have to give some relaxation, everything, but this is the only part of your body which is not going to get any wear and tear. You know that this is actually very amazing, isn't it? It's very surprising even for me that this is true. We all know that, but no one tell us about it. See, your knee, if you are using your knee a lot, you can get pain on your knee and there can be wear and tear for your bones. If you use your shoulder a lot, there can be wear and tear. But if you use your brain, actually you are sharpening it. Will shine as you use it, as you polish it. So, but any other parts of your brain, kidney, any other organs like pancreas, liver, as you use it, you can see that is actually decreasing its quality. So this is the one of the power of your brain. The next one, according to the New York Sciences, they have told the scientific credibility of the brain is the positive thinking. So if you are keep on thinking positive, you can see the surround of subconscious mind is actually scientific. All the papers uh, are, the proven papers are there about the power of subconscious mind, and the experts, the successful people, they have made a survey and they have come across a lot of success stories because they have used the power of brain as well as their subconscious mind. So I'm not going much into the subconscious mind. I'm telling about our organ today, that is brain, and what are its function. One of the function is memory. So very detailed matter. So let's go for the second, what to say, the heading, that is nothing but the speciality of the brain. The speciality is nothing but the power. Our mind is nothing but brain. So many scientists had a confusion that what is mind and what is brain. But I have told you, if you remember, the last time I was telling you the subconscious mind is situated at your solar plexus in your inside your abdomen. But some of the scientists, they have claimed that the mind is nothing but brain. So the brain is having, so this is one of the speciality of brain, that is nothing but the power in it. It is a powerhouse, and the more we use it, the better it gets. And then if we are not using it, then you have to just see this is the speciality. If we are not using it, you can see some people, they are physically very active and mentally they are not. You can see they are getting depleted with their memory power, and then they are going to get dementia and they forget very fast and they are not able to do their daily activities, and then dementia is then turned to an Alzheimer's. If they are having, we have to just rule out the cause of it. We cannot just directly tell that it's a Alzheimer's, no. So we have, they will just tell it as a memory impairment. I can tell, I will not make it complicated. We can just tell that the people who are too much into physical activity and they are using 95% of their physical power and they are using only 5% of their mental power, they are going to get dementia or they are going to get memory impairment. So this is the fact. I'm not telling anything from my mind. I'm just telling these are the facts what I have seen in the newspaper. The types of memory, the kids who are watching me, I guess my yogic kids are here, and this is very, very important to know what type of memory you have or what type of memory you are using for your day-to-day activities. So let me make it this way. Mainly it is decided into short-term memory and long-term memory. And then if you go little more extra classification, you can just tell there is one person called as sensory memory and there is another person called as working memory. For the students, no matter what age you are, but all have to know what is sensory memory, what is working memory, what is short term, and what is long term. Coming to the classification, what is sensory memory? Okay, sensory memory is nothing but you just get some smell. Okay, for example, you are going to a feast or a party. Immediately you enter into the hall, you get the good smell, the fragrance, okay, of the flowers and maybe the smell of the food. So immediately you tell sometimes, this is the exact smell I got it in my in India when I was attending that wedding. This is the exact chicken biryani smell I smelt it last time, or this is the exact smell of whatsoever masala dosha or something like that. So this is what is called as sensory memory, but you forget it just like this. Within seconds, you forget it. So this is termed as sensory memory. It lasts for maybe very few seconds, fraction of seconds, and it disappear. Okay, but whenever you go and get, it will come to you. Okay, this smell or this feeling, or when I got some burn. Oh, this is the exact feeling I got when I got burned in my kitchen. Okay, so this kind of memory is called as sensory memory. I don't have to explain you much, you got it. Now, the second one is called as a working memory. So working memory is actually a little bit interesting. Working memory is actually an overlapping of our short-term memory. And this working memory is very architects, the people who are into civil, and people are into projects, working people. So this is working memory and for the working people. So all the people who work, even entrepreneurs, those who are working from home, the housewives who are doing some task, and they are, for example, they have a business of cakes. So for them to get the ideas and then to execute it, they need this kind of memory. Why? Because this can last for 30 seconds to few days. So if you are getting any dementia or a memory impairment, then they will. I'm just telling the problem and the type of memory and the problem then and there. So I need not to discuss it later. So working memory, what happens? For example, you got a memory impairment. Just imagine. So the person will plan something today, and then after 1 week you come to that person. He or she may forget about it. What I have told. This will be their answer, and we will get shocked that you have explained this and you have told me that to come on this day and you have given me this plan, and then they will get a shock that did I tell. So their memory was lasting only for that day. So that is the working memory impairment. So it is not their problem, it is their brain impairment, or there is a problem with their brain. So or they may not be another thing is that they have not given much importance to that. So if we are not giving much importance to the memory, then what happens? It will fade and disappear just like this. So this is the second thing. And but this working memory is having small connection with your long term memory. Why? For example, I'll give you this way. See, for example, you are drawing a picture, or you are just planning your house. This is your house plan. Just imagine you are drawing a house plan. Suddenly your husband is telling you, he will tell, okay, this is the plan. We were doing it for that first one. So this is this may be your 10th house plan, and he may tell this, you remember the exact location of this kitchen was we were discussing in that first plan. So how he remembered that first plan when you were discussing the 10th plan? So he is having a long-term memory to. So the short-term memory, the working memory is having a small connection with the long-term memory to execute the plan. So if you are just having a working memory and just today and after 2-3 days, if it fades, then there is no meaning in this. So there is no use in that working memory. Why you have made all that plan? But to execute it, you need a long-term memory. Isn't it? Is it very interesting? Yeah. Okay, then the next one is the short-term memory. So this working memory is having a small overlapping with your short-term memory. Short-term memory is also the same way. It is lasting for maybe few seconds to few days. This is called as short-term memory. So short-term memory also, it needs, like, again it will recall because of the long term memory. The short term memory and working memory is almost same. Okay, so all the memories of your past, your the present, everything is on your short term memory. Whatever you are grabbing, students out here, you are reading a book, so this is going to your short term memory. Okay, so the studies, everything is happening in your short term memory to the long term memory, if you like it, or if you utilize it, or if you use it, or if you revise it. So the short term memory becomes long term memory. So how many of you here would like to make your short term memory to long term memory? That's the topic of the day. So I'm not going to discuss the problems out here. I'm going to give you the solution, but I have restrictions. If you have a memory impairment because of some infections of your brain, then I'm not the person. But very, very easy tactics or techniques that you can adopt in your day-to-day life. And if you understand this factor itself, your problem is solved. Okay, so she was telling last week that, my short term memory, if I'm not using it much, then I cannot make it long term memory, so I may fail in my exam if it is happening that way. So let me revise it. So revision is one of the best way to make your short term memory to a long term memory, because whatever you study, just imagine, it depends upon one to one person. But if you are learning, for example, one novel you are reading, or a book, textbook a student is reading, and then it will last maybe, for adult is reading, after one more week, and you are just taking that book and okay, I know the story. Or the student will be, as soon as she see after 4 or 5 days. That's why we always tell, just revise in your weekends. So what happened, that short term memory is slowly shifted to the long term memory. So this is the beauty of short term and long term connection. So whatever memories you want to make it long term, you have to know how to shift it, or how to store it properly, how to revise it, how to use it. You don't have to, except if you are a businessman and uh, you have you have taken a project. So if you are always remembering or always revising the same project, there is no use of it. But you just add on. For example, you have taken a shop. So the next time you are adding some special department to it. So then that shop is the main that short term memory already, it is taken to the long term memory because it's existing, and then you are adding one department to it. So what happens, it's an add of your memory. So this will never fade, the base will never fade. But what all departments you add, some departments, if you are not giving much importance, it will disappear from your scene or your life. So which department you are going to give more priority, that department keep going. So this is the idea of short term memory taken to a long term. I was just telling how to bridge it. Now, okay, so this short term memory, the definition goes like this. It is a brief period of time where you can recall your information, and then you can recall your information when you need to. So this short term memory will just come like just like this, and it will go. So this is another speciality of short term memory. So whenever you are recalling it, it will come. And then how it is now let's go to the long term memory. It is that sensory or short term memory, you have to hear it properly, that sensory or short term memory which is taken into the long term. Grandparents, you can see that they are remembering that their past really well, but they may forget all the things. They are maybe yesterday what breakfast they had, or if you ask, they may not remember. So this is the long term memory always remains decades. And you may think that, okay, so you can remember all that past memory, why don't you remember? So don't blame for that. Okay, even to your parents you may feel that you remember all that what happened in my childhood, but why you are not remembering the things what happened yesterday. So you may tell like that, this thing for that, but their short term memory is affected because they are not able to grasp it properly because of some deficiency or something like that. Okay, there are so many reasons behind it. So long term memory, you don't have to do anything for that. You remember your parents, you remember your name, it is all feeded inside. But presently any infection happens or any problem, any impairment, that is especially because of your lifestyle. Okay, then coming to the disease part of it. So disease part, many of you are curious to know, and I have got many requests about this memory, and many of you are suffering a memory loss right now, and you are curious why it is happening. So I'll tell you the types of memory is like there are many disorders like dementia is one of the common. Dementia is nothing but the memory loss. And if dementia, what is the real cause of this problem? If you really rule out, you will understand what is Alzheimer's. So this is very important part. Are you suffering from a memory loss, trouble in solving your problems, difficulty in doing your easy task, confusion about time or place, problems with speaking or writing very simple notes? If you are suffering from all these that affects your day-to-day life, then you have to check with your physician. So these are the signs of dementia. So these are the signs of memory loss. If it, now, I'm going to little more depth, that is the real cause of it. There can be some degenerative neurological disorders, vascular disorders, hydrocephalus. Hydrocephalus is nothing but, you don't get confused with that big terms, that is nothing but the fluid accumulation inside your brain. That can also go for memory loss. And then trauma, any accidents or maybe a hit on the wall, this all can give some injuries, and that can impair your memory. So I think I have covered almost all the basic cause of your memory. If you have categorized into this, then it cannot be treated that easily. Okay, so then that one problem can lead to Alzheimer's. So this is why I'm telling, don't just tell, if you are getting a little bit of memory impairment, don't tell that, I have Alzheimer's. You don't claim yourself that I'm getting Alzheimer's, I'm getting memory loss. Don't tell like that, because you don't know what is the reason, whether you are getting any infection to your infection to the brain is a very dangerous problem. So you cannot simply tell that I have this and I have that. So these are very basic problems you can. Stress is one of the main problem. Can you imagine? Stress can block your memory completely. And if you are super stressed every day and you are adding on all that stress, what happens? You can easily get into a dementia. You don't have to make the things very complicated by telling that I have an infection, or because of that hit on the wall I completely lost my memory. Don't tell like that, because very basic reason is your stress. So I'm not coming to that right now. I'm just going to another very important factor. So now just let us go for that disease part of it and see the people who have claimed under this problem, the one I was telling, the vascular problem, degenerative, this is actually a little bit difficult to handle. It can be handled only by the physician and the experts in this field, neurological, all that vascular problems. What you have to do immediately is care and love, affection, love, care, and affection to the needful person, for the patient. And then tell them to do exercises. For example, if you have an elderly person who is having memory loss in your house, you just entertain them by improving the humor in them, make them laugh, give them love, affection, and care, and then positive atmosphere. If it's not for elderly people, I'm just telling for everyone, those who are having a memory problem right now, what you can do is just schedule your day and just put it like this on your wall, telling that this is my morning, lunch I will do, evening I have to meet my friend, night I have to eat my dinner at 8, 9:30 I have to read this book, 10 I am going to sleep. Very easy, basic. Now you just add on. So this is like scheduling your day, scheduling very detailing. And when you see that, okay, you remember, like that you schedule, and then you plan, and then slowly your short-term memory is going to open up. So this is not charting, scheduling. These are excellent way of stimulating your short-term memory. Now, coming to the solutions. So I'm straight away coming to the solutions right now, because we have to go for the memory foods even. So let me come to the memory food solutions. What are the foods you have to eat? The main food, you can write it down if you want. The foods which are rich in vitamin C, all the colorful fruits and vegetables. So you don't have to think much, like apples, oranges, what all color fruits and vegetables. These are very good in antioxidants. Vitamin C fruits like lemon, papaya, pineapple, all that you can have in your day to day, like amla, that is gooseberry. These are rich in vitamin C, more than the lemon you can get from all these fruits like papaya, blueberries. So these are very important. And then the walnuts, nuts and seeds. You have seen the walnut look like brain, right? So the walnuts are the best for brain boosting. Okay. And then eggs, those who are non-vegetarian can go for eggs every day. And then fishes is having omega fatty acids. This is very good for brain. These are all brain food. Turmeric water. So you can have turmeric water, and this is a licorice and turmeric water, which is very soothing for my throat as I talk a lot. So this is very important, turmeric. And then pumpkin seeds, all the excellent food nutrition for your brain. Then dark chocolate. So if you are a chocolate person, if you are a lover of sweet, you can go for dark chocolate, because dark chocolate is having, that stimulates your brain, and it makes you happy, and it releases the happy hormones in you. And moreover, dark chocolate is rich in magnesium. So don't uh, think that only but go for the dark chocolate than our other chocolate, because other chocolate is having a lot of other chemicals, and it's not good for your body and mind even. So the dark chocolate, instead, it is having a vice versa effect. So go for the dark chocolate and swap your chocolate with the dark chocolate. Then avocado is one of the fatty fruit which is very good for brain. As you know, the brain is full of fat, so you have to give good food nutrition to the brain by giving ghee, butter. These are excellent sources of fat that you have to feed to the brain. Then the next one is, you can get herbal, like in India we get Brahmi Rasayana or Brahmi Grita. These Ayurvedic shops, you can buy this, and you can have if you have a memory problem. Okay, so these are some of the suggestions. I think the magnesium foods are almonds, spinach. This is very good. Vitamin B1, this is also a nutrient which is needed for your brain. Oats are good. Sesame seeds, yeah, I forgot about this. Sesame seeds, badam, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. So categorize that seeds into one: nuts, seeds, leafy vegetables, vitamin C, then fatty fruits, ghee, butter, fatty fruits, then fishes and egg protein, like this, if you classify and you just categorize it and schedule it, for Monday I will have egg, Tuesday I will have nuts and seeds. If you do a charting for yourself, just hear all the nutrients what I'm mentioning right now, and then you can write your own food chart in your kitchen and paste it, and then every day you are going to follow this. Okay, so then rice, go for the whole grains, so like brown rice instead of white rice. So swap all that, even the wheat you have to go for the brown, that the rich in what to say, that whole grains you get. So there can be polished also, you see more brown and more organic stuffs, then you can buy that. Then yeah, that's it. So these are some of the suggestion, like walnuts I have already mentioned, and all the colored fruits and vegetables. Now coming to the last part, that is our, of course, our solution with yoga. Yoga, there are two postures. I will be giving you that video very soon, because now, right now, if I go for the demonstration, then our, it is waste of time, and it will take a lot of time for me to explain other things. So Tadasana and Vrikshasana. According to that, in Sanskrit, Tadasana and Vrikshasana is nothing but palm tree pose and tree pose. So the things which you are balancing, that stimulates your brain, and it is having a lot of impact on the memory center. So these all the balancing postures in yoga, this is very good for your memory. And then the pranayama, all the breathing exercises, even that is available in my YouTube channel. You just type pranayama, Dr. Akhila Vinod, you will get the pranayama video just like this. So go for the pranayama, that is breathing exercises, then you can practice it every day. So what happens, your brain cells will rely. I will come to that when I discuss about the music. The last part is the music. In that you will get a clear idea about what I'm mentioning right now. And then you can go for, it is just like this. So if you want to practice it, you can, I will just show you one time, and you can do it by seeing my video once again. Inhaling, and then like this, humming sound for 3 times to 5 times to 9 times you can do every day to calm down your brain cells. So this is very, very important. Out of the pranayama, I will give more importance to this honeybee breathing exercise, and are going to inhale from your left, close, and then exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. This is one round. Like this cycle, you have to repeat for maybe 3 times to 5 times to 9 times to balance your right and left brain. So when you do this alternate nostril breathing, your brain actually it's balancing. So this is another one, and the next one is NLP technique. So I learned NLP. So in that they were telling, if you divide your eyes in this way, so this is your right, this is my left, this is the top, and this is the down, right? So just see, if I see this is right, up is the visual, and then the left up here is my left memory center. So this is the visual area, this is visual, this is very good for memorizing. Okay, so you have to use this, remember all the things. When students, especially, I have given them this exercise, so they have to just, whenever they study, and then they have to recollect, they just have to look at the left corner, diagonal corner of their eyes to memorize it. This is an excellent what to say, sender for memorizing. Okay, then the next one is candlelight meditation. Candlelight meditation, actually you're focusing on a flame, and then you concentrate your eyes for some time, and then the flame gets embedded inside your inner self, and then you concentrate, you can see there is an immediate relaxation of your brain cells, and you are getting more relaxed with your brain, which is important for your active intelligence. Then coming to your mindful meditation. Mindful meditation is nothing but, I have just recently, I think one video back, I have given you how to do the mindful meditation. That is given, uh, I have done a justice, I think, to the meditation by giving you a clear instructions in that video. You just have to sit wherever you are. Not me, I'm not claiming myself as a yogi. The people who are expert in this field, and they are maharshis, or the people who are religious and they are spiritual, they always, after every 1 hour, they becomes mindful about their body and mind, just to revise whether I have done something wrong. They always use that technique to make themselves calm. And so this is one tip I got from them. By watching few videos, I got to know that these people are taking that 1 minute break from their in every 1 hour. One you can remember this one theory, that is every 1 hour they pause for 1 minute to make them more mindful about their own mind and body. So this is very, very, actually, you refresh your system by drinking a lemon mint juice. The same way, you are actually feeding your brain a very cool drink when you become mindful about it. You just imagine right now, you are becoming mindful about, okay, this is my body, and this is my mind, and this is the way I breathe, and I have a good brain, I have a beautiful body. So, in this way, if you become mindful about yourself, I think most of your problems and the memory problems will just disappear. So, being mindful is another medicine for you to to boost your memory. Coming to the last part, which is one of the, I really like this idea of music. So, there are 5 EEG. Have you heard about EEG? Not ECG, electroencephalogram, where you record alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and theta waves in that. So each wave is having a frequency. So even I have write down, I have gone all the, gone into details of it. If you ask me, I can tell about that one, what to say, even everything I have details here. But when I do the presentation, I cannot tell about everything for an hour. I cannot tell. So I'm making it very short. But if you ask me the details, I have the details of everything, because I prepare every life. Okay, so alpha is having, if you are asking me, the science behind it, this is a proof. I'm going to give it to you. Alpha is having 8 to 12 hertz, because the sound is measured in hertz, right? And then beta is having 13 to 30, 13 to 30, 12 to 30 hertz. Gamma is having 30 hertz, and then theta is having 4 to 8 hertz, and delta is having less than 4 hertz. So why am I telling about all these hertz? What is the use of these hertz in your life? You may be wondering, right? See, whenever you are having an active brain, for example, you are using your brain a lot in your working atmosphere, you are using actually the beta waves. That is that 30 hertz you are using. And then you are not using the alpha waves much. Alpha waves are actually little bit lesser. So the higher frequency you are using for your day-to-day life. And for example, a mom, she is waking up the kids and then sending them school, a lot of mess in the house. She is always in that beta wave. And then she is after that. So I will just take our about myself. So just imagine being a mom, then just imagine at 11 o'clock everything becomes shanti, okay, and then we are just listening to a music. Suddenly her beta wave is converted into an alpha wave. This is needed for your life. So this is what I am telling you. So you may be wondering which music she is telling now. You don't have to think much, just put a relaxing music. Type relaxing music in YouTube, you will get thousands and thousands of music which is your favorite, and that is really really calming, and like a instrumental music without any sounds much bothering in that. So go for that very very mild waterfall sound, flute music, instruments which you love. You go for that. Suddenly you can feel that you have changed to this world, okay, from the outside beta to the, I used to see this alpha wave meditation. I used to wonder, what is this alpha wave? How can I get that alpha wave? It's nothing but you immediately switch from your outside atmosphere to the inside atmosphere by putting a music. So this will have a tremendous impact on your memory, because your memory need to relax, because it cannot work just like an animal. It needs to be, you know, peaceful at times. So, and then another, if I tell you physiologically, I can tell this way. There is sympathetic and parasympathetic activity. You have to, in your central nervous system, there is sympathetic activity and parasympathetic activity. So sympathetic is the one what I'm doing right now. I'm very excited about my topic, and I just keep on telling blah blah blah. This is what is called as a sympathetic activity. My heart rate is high, my breathing rate is high. I'm just performing something here. This is called as, if I do yoga, that becomes a sympathetic. And but after that, if I suddenly come into this pranayama, then suddenly my sympathetic activity changes to a parasympathetic activity by relaxing my brain. So, but you may ask, I always want to be in a parasympathetic way, as the parasympathetic. Same way about your brain waves, you need alpha and you need beta. All the other waves are not having much importance in your life, so I'm not discussing about that. But if you have to come back home, you have to find, you must have to find 5 minutes in a day for your own meditation, whatever meditation you like. I'm not going to train you any meditation here. You have to find your own meditation, which one you feel good. You are just being aware about your body, putting a music, and you just sit silent without thinking, without thoughts will come and go. Don't bother, just sit silent for 5 to 10 minutes in a day. Is it easy for you guys? I think this is very very easy. You just have to sit back, throw your head back, and then sit silent. You feel your heart rate and breathing rate is coming down, and you are becoming a peaceful person. Immediately you switch all the things what is happening around you. With this beautiful music, you are calming down, you are becoming peaceful. So that's it for the day. Hope you got a lot of information, I guess. You can just take it and practice in your day to day life. God bless you all. And then please try to adopt at least 2 3 things you got interested from my uh, talk from today, so that something, okay, better than nothing. Okay. So thank you, Divyesh, Jayshree, Ankita. Thank you, my dear Srila. Thank you for coming, Rani, Janisa, Remya Satish, Naima, Susan, Reshmi Chandwani, Shebin, Abarna, Michelle. Oh, so nice. Many people today. Ria, Sinkal, Malayalam Fortex. Thank you. Pratibha. Yes. So nice. Reshma, thank you so much for all of you to come. Mini, thank you so much. If you type your name only, I will come to know who is attending. And thank you, Jayasree and Sarah from Facebook, Ammu, uh, Bindu. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm very happy to see a good crowd today. Thank you for your support, guys, and Please try to make utilize of my YouTube channel. I have I think uploaded more than 170 videos, so it's all for you. It's free of cost. You don't have to pay anything for these videos. Just practice in your day-to-day life. And especially about these topics, there is one video of memory foods and one video for meditation. That is the just now what is all about mindfulness, that is another video. And if you want pranayama, all the things are available in my channel. I'm very happy to say that. Thank you for the inspirational and knowledgeable session. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Srila, thank you, dear. It was a very nice session. Thank you, thank you. So I will be coming up with a new topic. And thank you, Beena Babu. Thank you so much. Beautiful talk. Okay, thank you so much. Your each comment matters a lot for me, and that is actually pushing me to do the next. So I'll try to find out a very important topic, or very what to say, curious topic, interesting topic for you next week. So stay tuned. I will just watch my flyer coming on Friday and see what's the topic for the next week. Okay, take care. Love you all. Bye bye.